Good morning, brothers and sisters. It's a beautiful Friday, and I decided that, in the other world, Friday was casual day, and so I thought today would be a little casual too. My favorite Hawaiian shirt. Hopefully your week is going well. This morning I want to talk about, a rather tough topic. It's one that we all know is important, and yet one that, frankly, scares us to death. I refer, of course, to the dreaded E word, evangelism. Ooh, insert spooky music here. Evangelism, it scares us, doesn't it? I mean, we all know that we're supposed to do it, but oh boy, isn't that something we could better leave to other people? Yeah, that's something for educated people, for people who've had advanced training, for clergy, and for all those other weird people out there, but not for me, because that's not what I'm supposed to do. That's hard. It's outside my comfort zone. It's scary. Perhaps in your fear, you think evangelism looks something like this. Or maybe even like this. My friends, take heart, for that's not what this is about. I want to spend a little time this morning debunking some of this stuff. I want to make sure that we clearly understand what it is and why it's important. In Mark's Gospel, Jesus appears to the 11 after the resurrection and kind of takes them to task for their unbelief. And one of the things he says to them is, go into the world, go everywhere, and announce the message of God's good news to one and all. That's it. That's evangelism. That's our call. That's what we're given to do. That's who and what we're supposed to be. But you say, that sounds great, and I guess Jesus called that, but Jesus called the apostles. I'm not an apostle. I'm just a Christian. Guess what, brothers and sisters? All of us are modern-day apostles. Every one of us. It's not just the bishops. It's not just the clergy. It's not just people who've had training. It's every one of us. That's our duty as Christians, to go and share the good news. But it's not about being that bullhorn guy. It's not about being that crazy screamer who waves a Bible in people's face. It's not about fire and brimstone. It's not about threats. It's not about do this or burn in hell. That's not it. That's not it at all. Okay, so if you're saying that, Rick, I guess I might hear you a little bit, but if that's not what it is, then what is it? I'm so glad you asked. Here's a definition that I found that I like very much. Let me see if it resonates with you. We seek, name, and celebrate Jesus' loving presence in the stories of all people, then invite everyone to more. Wow, let me give that to you again. Evangelism is to seek, name, and celebrate Jesus' loving presence in the stories of all people, then invite everyone to more. That's really the heart of evangelism. It's finding God's presence in our lives and in the lives of those we meet. It's looking for where God is interacting and intersecting with their lives, naming that with them, helping them to see that point right there where you were so grateful that happened? Brothers and sisters, that was God. So we seek it, we name it, and then we celebrate it. And when you've done that in your own life, it gives you an ability to to help others do the same thing. Think about it this way. When you find a great restaurant, do you keep that to yourself? No, you don't. You share it with everybody. If you did, Yelp wouldn't exist. Social media wouldn't exist. No, it's all about sharing. We're on Facebook right now. Many of you share things that you like. You look at these posts and you like them, and then you share them. Evangelism is very much the same thing. It's liking the presence of God in your life, recognizing it in the life of others, and sharing it with those people. Now, I make it sound very simplistic, and this is a short video, and I will keep it short, I promise you. I know it's Friday. But if you are at all intrigued by this, if what I'm saying just resonates even the tiniest bit in your mind, I invite you to go deeper. Beginning next Tuesday evening at 6 p.m. Pacific time, and going for the next 6 weeks, we will come together to participate in a class called Embracing Evangelism. It's built around that definition that I just read to you. It's going to be an interactive class. We're going to do it through Zoom. And don't let that freak you out. We've figured out exactly how to do that, and we'll get you all the info you need for that. The nice thing about it is it gives us the ability to interact. This medium right now is one way. I talk, you watch, and yes, you can comment, but it's not quite the same. Doing it through Zoom gives us the ability to talk to one another and to see one another face to face. So we will come together face to face. We'll watch and participate in a video presentation that the church has put together in association with Virginia Theological Seminary, and it's a good program, I assure you. And then we'll have some group conversations and some one-on-one conversations about how we recognize this, how this works in our own lives. I think it's going to be an interesting and informative program for us, my friends, and I commend it to you. We're kind of stepping out in faith here. We're doing something we haven't done before, but hey, in this COVID world, that's kind of the watchword, isn't it? Doing stuff we've never done before. So if you feel interested in this, if you feel called at all to participate in this, come check it out. Here's how you do that. You send me an email with your name and email address. It's no harder than that. My email address is rector@nvepiphany.org. Send me a note. We'll get you the information and we'll take this class together. I think it's going to be a really interesting experience, and I think it's going to be, well, potentially transformational for us. We don't want to be bullhorn guy. We don't want to be fire and brimstone gal. We want to be able to seek, name, and celebrate God's loving presence for everybody so that we can go into the world, go everywhere, and announce the message of God's good news to one and to all, for that's who we are, and that's our call. May God bless you. May God continue to shine his face upon you. God loves you so much. Rest safe in that. Know that you are a precious child of God and that God has a mission and a ministry for you. Blessings, my friends. Be well.